This short video pertains to a killing that happened in Detroit. The screen says that a man was shot by a gas station clerk, then got in his car and headed for the freeway, where he died. Some have commented that the man was an armed robber and got in a road rage incident with someone else on the freeway. But I can't verify that, and I'm not interested in doing so, because what interests me here is not the shooting. Perhaps the gas station attendant was really at fault. No idea, but rather the response of the decedent's family and friends. We'll watch this video and discuss what happened in terms of self-defense. Keep it in mind that I'm not a lawyer. There is no substitute for a person trained in the legal profession and focused on the laws in your own state. Hello out there. I am trying to get through.
With cold, blunt analysis cradled in the warmth of reasoning, it's time for Johnny Walker Dread to straighten you out on a thing or two. Emanating all the way from exciting Las Vegas, Oklahoma, it's time for the Johnny Walker Dread Show.
You'll notice that the dead man's buddies are all walking up to the store as a group. Bad idea. Because you see, there's a gas station clerk inside who these people claim has already shot one person who was doing nothing wrong. And so they're going to try and intimidate him? He's already proven his ability and willingness to shoot another human being. You're a human being. If you believe what you say, you're next. I have a better idea. Why not march down to the police station or city hall instead? But intimidating someone who is more than happy to blow old Junior's brains into the neighboring census tract seems rather non-strategic. It's tough to understand what they're saying. Tear it down? He's a clown? If I'm the gas station attendant and I need to claim self-defense, I'll simply claim that I thought they were yelling, "Kill him now!" And this is why you never talk to the cops before talking to your lawyer. Your lawyer will discuss what he saw on the video and at that point allow you to craft your story. The lawyer will probably say,
Gee, it's hard to make out what they're saying. Now, if they were saying something like, oh, I don't know, kill him now, that could be viewed as self-defense. Is that what they were saying?
And of course, you're going to say,
by golly, that coincides exactly what I was hearing.
However, if you open your big mouth and tell the cops that you heard them say,
we're not buying any more Frosties from this place,
you lose that opportunity.
We want justice. We want justice for my cousin because we can't sleep at night.
Well, this is just insane that he's dead. It makes no sense to none of us. A gentle giant. He was a gentle giant.
A gentle giant. So they think that their loved one was a great guy, a gentle giant. He was doing nothing wrong, and the store clerk just shot him for no reason. The store clerk must be a homicidal maniac itching to kill people of color. And so they're going to march down and confront him. Let's be real. They're not that brave. They know fully well that gas station clerks are not known for shooting customers for no reason. Deep down, they know that their loved one must have done something to trigger a violent response in an otherwise rational store clerk. They're not going to admit it because that destroys their narrative. They want public sympathy and down the road, public money. So this isn't the time for honesty. So I want to go back here for a moment. So as a mob, they breach the door. That's a really dumb thing to do. Can the gas station attendant open fire on them? Yes, he probably can. Does it matter whether the mob is armed? In this case, probably not. Now, why do I say that? First of all, Michigan is a stand-your-ground state. This was in Detroit. So the gas station attendant is not obliged to flee out the back door if he perceives a lethal threat and thinks it is necessary for him to, well, stand your ground. In this case, I think the attendant can claim stand your ground. Does he perceive a lethal threat? In my opinion, Yes. Even if the group is unarmed, he doesn't know that. And even if he did, he's greatly outnumbered. Remember, his perceptions are what's going to matter. Perception is more important than reality. He doesn't have to fear death, by the way, just serious bodily injury. So even if the mob had no ill intentions and were not armed, he's still covered if he thinks they are hostile and fears they can injure him in a serious and long-lasting way. Of course, his beliefs have to be reasonable. If the gas station attendant has an AR, not likely, or a semi-automatic pistol, very likely, how many people can he shoot? Well, he can squeeze the throttle until the threat disappears. Depending on the circumstances, he can wipe out every one of them if they have the gumption to step over their friends' bodies to press on their attack. I think the totality of circumstances would be strong enough here to satisfy the DA in most municipalities that there is little point in pressing charges. But this is Detroit. If you're white, or even worse, Asian, and the victim is black, what mood will the DA be in to drop the charges? What will a Detroit jury think of your self-defense claim? Kamala Harris once boasted that she'd blow away anyone that entered her home as an intruder. She never mentioned anywhere whether it was even necessary to do so. She was boasting about her willingness to snuff out a life as part of her campaign to portray herself as a tough-on-crime advocate and to distance herself from weenie anti-gun policies. But I would highly suggest avoiding the uber violence promoted by Kamala Harris and instead try as hard as you can not to take a human life unless you really have no other choice. Well, look at that. I must ask the dead man, was it worth it? I mean, sure, you're now pushing up petunias next to your great-great-grandfather, but look on the bright side. You got a bunch of balloons released in your memory. Oh, and look, candles! Hearing the eulogies chanted by your grieving relatives from deep within the grave is like winning the lottery, I guess. Other than that, I can't understand why you do the stupid things that you do. So I'm urging everyone out there, try to act so you don't get shot. Like my video and subscribe to my channel.